How y'all doing, guys? This is Charles with Everything is Sweet. Today we are making a wedding cake. Well, we're actually making the layers today. We got a 4-tier wedding cake, and we're gonna have to make double and triple batches in our small bowl. Each layer, each tier takes 2 cakes. So we're gonna make the bottom layer now. We already made 1, 2, and 3. And this is the last of the layers that go on wedding cake. And we're going to introduce you to how to get that done. This is what you're going to need. You need a cup and a half of butter. We got 6 cups of all-purpose flour. We got 4 cups of granulated sugar, half a cup of oil. We got 6 eggs and 4 egg yolks. And we got 2 cups of buttermilk. Okay? We got our salt and baking powder in our flour. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started. We'll be right back. Okay, 4 cups of sugar going in. We're also going to put a cup and a half of butter and a half a cup of oil. We're going to let this cream together until we get a fluffy consistency. And then we get through with that, we'll come back with our eggs. So that's all the talking I'm doing for right now. And when we get to another phase, we'll come back and explain to you what we're doing. But the sugar, the oil, and the butter going in now. Okay? We're gonna let that mix anywhere from 4 to 6 minutes. And while that mixing, you can go get a cup of coffee, kiss your wife on the jaw, hug the kids. We'll be back in about 5 minutes. Been mixing about 3 minutes. We're going to scrape it down and let it continue to mix for the next 3 minutes. The fluffy consistency in there, where you can't tell the sugar from the butter, that's what you want. Okay, we're gonna add eggs now, one at a time. We have 6 whole eggs, and we got 4 egg yolks. One at a time until we get them all in, okay? We're gonna put the first one in, and you will see us put the last one. Okay, we got all the eggs in but one. We're going to scrape down, then we'll add a last egg. Go ahead and add 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract and 1 teaspoon of almond extract. Now we're going to add our flour and our buttermilk. We're going to break it up in 3 parts. We're going to put a third of our flour in there, a third of our buttermilk. Then we're going to let that mix. Probably we no longer see any lumps. Then we'll do our second batch. Flour and half of our buttermilk. When we do that, then we'll scrape that. Stirred our flour going in now. Stirred our buttermilk. Let that mix till we see no lumps, and then we'll come back and add our second stage. Add half our flour in. Half of our buttermilk. Gonna let this mix, then we'll scrape down, then we'll add our final flour and our final buttermilk. We got 2 batches in. We're gonna scrape down, then we're gonna add our final flour and our final buttermilk to the batch. That mix for a minute or so. Okay. Final flour going in now. You know, we wasn't gonna make this wedding cake. One of my wife's friends offered to pay to have it made, but I went to 3 different places, you know, inquiring about wedding cake. One place was $700. Another place I went to was $800. And the final place I went to was $650. I asked them one question. Y'all make y'all cakes from scratch? Y'all use cake mix? All 3 of them said they use cake mix. I wasn't having it. I'm a scratch baker. I've been doing it for 30 plus years. So definitely I'm not going to serve my guests at my son's wedding a cake mix. So here we are. We're going to let this mix, and we'll be right back. We straighten down again. Just put our final buttermilk in and our final flour in. So we're just going to scrape down one more time and make sure we get all that incorporated into the batch, okay? We're going to let this mix for a couple minutes and we'll be ready to pan up. We'll be right back. Okay, it's about 2 minutes. We're going to cut it off and we're going to go ahead and pan it up. Alright, these are the pans we're using. Say 15 inches by 2 inches tall. And we take our tape measure just to make sure. 15 inches. 15 inches. And a little bit more. 15 inches and change, okay? Okay, what we want to do, we want to fill this thing up to the 1/3 high. We don't want to go halfway. We won't get enough volume on it. So we're going to go a 1/3 way up with it. So we're going to start out with 4 cups. We're going to put 4 cups in there, see what it do. If we add some more, then we'll add some more, okay? Just what you do when you ain't got set scales, okay? I want to try to get them things even. And we already greased it with pan liner in the bottom of it. Our oven's already preheated at 350. So we already see there ain't gonna be enough, so we're gonna go another 2 cups. Go 2 cups and see what we got. Oh, that's 6 cups so far. 15-inch pan. Spread this out and see what we got. That's 6 cups. I'm not quite happy with it. We're gonna go put another 2 cups. So basically we're gonna have 8 cups. I think we can stop at 8 cups. Now you can stop at 6 cups if that's kind of volume you want to use. But being I've been in the wedding cake business for years, volume is everything. How tall it is. Some folks put 3 layers in each cake instead of 2 to get the volume they need, because the side of the cake needs to be decorated and you need room to be able to put the decoration on it that you want. So volume is everything when you're dealing with wedding cakes, okay? Believe me, you charge enough money for it. You know, I didn't mind paying $800, $700, but I wasn't paying it. My girlfriend was paying it. But my cake mix, I'm not gonna pay that cake mix, okay? No, we gonna use scratch cake. That's what we gonna use. Okay, we got 8 cups in it. We going in. Oven set at 350. We're gonna put about 40 minutes on it. This just one cake now. We still gotta come back and do the other one, okay? We're gonna put 40 minutes on it, and we're gonna come back and check it, okay? We'll see you back just like that. How y'all doing? This is 1 hour later for our wedding cake. Been in 40 minutes. We're taking it out now. Now this just one. We got to come back and make another one, okay? So we'll be back when we get the other layer out the oven. How y'all doing, guys? This is Charles with Everything Sweet. Now in our last video we told you we were doing a wedding cake. Oldest son is getting married. And I showed you how to make the cake layers. And these are the layers that we made here. We got a 15. Got a 15 here, 14 here, 8 here, and a 6 there. It's gonna be a 4-tier wedding cake, okay? Now we're gonna show you how to start the first one, and you just follow the procedure on the first one. We're gonna trim down, make sure we got it level, then we're gonna ice. And we're gonna do the same thing on the other 3. Now, the boards, we already done cut them out and pre-wrapped them, okay? We have our turntable here, scissors, and we have a variety of spatulas, all different sizes. You probably won't need this many, but we have them here to show you. We also have little decorating cones in here that we're probably going to use on the side of the wedding cake. But we'll get to all of that. The first thing we're going to show you is how to trim, and how to ice the first layer, okay? We'll be back. Okay, we're going to put a little icing on our board. That's to make our cake stay where we put it, okay? Take the first layer, line it up with our board that we cut out. Pretty good. Press it down just a little bit. Okay? And we're going to ice the center. Now you also can do, strawberry jam or whatever kind of jam you want to put it in the center. You can do that. We just using strictly buttercream icing. Now these layers was made 3 days ago. Put them in the freezer, and that's what we got now. Frozen cake, and that's what you want to ice. You do not want to try to ice a cake that you just got out of the oven. cool down just a little bit. You gotta freeze it. That's how you get your best results. Okay. Now these are fresh cake, scratch cake. It's not a cake mix. So I don't want you to get that twisted thinking it's a cake mix. Okay, that's our first layer. Now, our second layer, this is the top of the layer right here. Okay? What you want to do is flip it. You want the bottom of the layer. Why is that? Because the bottom of the layer is smooth, straight, with no bumps. So you do want to flip it and get the bottom of the layer on the top. Okay? You line that up. Make sure you got it lined up now. Because you got to ice it. You want to press down on it. Okay, now we're going to start icing this layer. We'll be right back. Okay, we got the top layer. We're going to put icing on the top layer. Then we'll go around the sides. And you want to come all the way out to the end with your top layer, okay? You normally have to ice it twice. First, the first icing is for your crumb coats, okay? When I say crumb coats, be any crumbs in your icing. The second coat would hide your crumbs, okay? And notice we didn't have to trim it down any. The layers were pretty even, so it wasn't necessary to trim them down. But most times you have to trim your layers so they will set even on your cake, okay? Now we're going around the sides. And you understand why, when you order wedding cake, why it costs so much. Take a lot of time to prepare a wedding cake. We bake the layers. Took us a couple of days just to bake the layers. Then you put them in the freezer, and we froze them until we got to this point here. And we just icing now. We hadn't even put any decorating on it, okay? Right now we just icing. Okay, I'm going to continue to ice this cake. And when we get finished with the icing, we'll be back just for this layer. And then we'll show you what else we do. How y'all doing? We back. We have iced the cake. Now we're going to put a design on it. You can get these little things, they're cake decorating tools to put different designs on cake. It's about 3 or 4 in a pack. You can get them at off the internet for about $15 a pack. You get 4 or 5 of these in a pack. And basically what we're going to do is just going to take this and basically just pull it. That's the design you're going to get when you pull it, okay? And you just go all the way around with that same design. Now you want to mash too hard, or you take all your icing off. You just want to mash just hard enough to get your design on that thing, okay? Now we're going to have a little cleanup, you know, when we get the, we're going to clean the board off and make it look all sexy and beautiful, okay? Now we got some edible images that we're going to put around the side of the cake. And on top of, you know, you can play with it, you know, you pull it to you, turn your cake around. Now we're going to follow this same plan through all the 4 tiers, okay? So you get an idea of what you can do with this little thing, okay? Okay, we're gonna finish icing the other layers up. We just came back to show you that little piece so when we show you the cake, you'll know how we did, okay? We'll be right back. Okay, we got them all iced. Now we got some edible image right here. We're gonna put around the bottom like this, okay? Take your time. Now press it in a little bit. Turn your cake. Same thing here. Just press it in a little bit. Here. Right there. Okay. And that's all to it. Now we're gonna come back and put a board on it. We're gonna put a board on the bottom. We're gonna put a board on the top. And we got a few more little tricks and little things we're gonna put on it. We're gonna show you as we go though. We'll be right back. Hey guys, we back. As you can see, we coming to the finish line. We got an edible image on the side. Now we're gonna put a little board on there. Always going to make some little shells. And all you do is make them shells up and down, up and down. Up and drag. Now the young lady wanted this cake. She did not want a magazine cake. In other words, she didn't want no smooth edges. She wanted kind of rustic, okay? And we hopefully we created a rustic cake for her. Now we could have did this with roll icing. Only reason we didn't do it roll icing, the price double. Now they're not paying anything for it, but like this cake might have cost $700. If we had to use roll icing, it automatically went to $1,400. Okay. So when you order your wedding cake, be very mindful what you order and what you want and how much you're willing to pay for it. And we bake layers. I think for 3 days we bake layers. We let them cool, wrap them, and put them in the freezer. Okay, my wife said that was the hardest part of baking, but I think the decorating part is the hardest part of it. And I guess the reason she said that because she's a decorator and there's nothing to it for her. But I'm a baker, but I know how to do a little this, little that. So we agree to disagree. She's the baking is the hard part. I the decorating is the hard part. Okay. Now we got a little edible candy, little, what do you call them, honey?
Gum candy.
Gum candy. Now we're gonna put 2 of them on each side. Do we need to put any icing on these? No.
Yeah.
We're gonna put a little icing on them. You're gonna press that in right there. And then we're gonna go all the way around with 2 on each side. Get them as even as possible. Okay, we're still recording now. Like I was saying, the young lady that wants this cake, she wanted rustic. She didn't want a magazine cake. When I say a magazine cake, I'm talking about the ends are smooth. You can't tell that somebody actually iced them. because this is what they do in the magazine. She wanted her stuff kind of rusty looking, so it looked like a wedding cake. But at the same time, she wanted to let everybody know, hey, somebody did this cake for me. This is not where I went and ordered some of these special trays in town to get it look like a magazine cake. Okay, we got one more side to go. Now we're not stacking this cake, which make it a whole lot simpler. Because when you stack it, you're gonna need dowel rods. What dowel rods is, they're simply rods that keep your cake together when you stack it. You have to put about 4 or 5 in each layer. And then once you get your 2, 3, 4 layers stacked, then you need a dowel rod going down the center. And believe me, it's very difficult delivery. The way we making this, we got stand put it on. We got a stand off Amway. Where we get a stand from?
Amazon.
Amazon. Stand costs about $54. And there's separate cakes you put on. I'm gonna show y'all the stand. That stand for you. Okay, we got our 6 flowers here. We're gonna put 1 in the center. The stand I was telling you about, we got from Amazon. This is the stand here. This is for the bottom tier. Your next tier, your 8-inch and your 6-inch. Now you can arrange these with anything any way you want to. Any way you want to arrange it. And this is a lot simpler than stacking. Okay, we're gonna come back when we get to putting it all together and show you the finished product.